They say the girls all love a man in uniform, and so they do. More after this. Molo, Sanibona, hello, how's it? I'm Tim Mudisi and you are watching ZA News because here you can. The Defense and Military Veterans Minister Lindiwe Sisulu has allowed senior ANC Youth League members, including the league's president Julius Malema, to undergo military training.
Tim, I can hardly believe it. The 1 minute the Youth League president is singing about shooting the Boers, the next he is getting military training to do just that.
Perhaps, Mrs. Zille, he will at long last be an example to the youth?
No, Tim. The only good that is going to come of this is that Mr. Malema may finally stop singing.
Moenie my loer nie, troep. Ek kan nie 'n fucking loer nie.
Do you know who I am?
You, my friend, are the rubbish of shit that crawled down your mother's leg after your father was finished with her.
I am going to report you to the minister, comrade Madam Sisulu.
And I'm putting you on guard duty. Voetjek, vettoes, run, hardloop. Hoekom is jy nie al terug nie? Jou kakbliksem.
Oh, I don't want to play this game anymore. Brazilian manager Carlos Dunga has decided not to include Ronaldhino in his squad for the 2010 World Cup. Local organizing committee CEO Denis Jordan has expressed dismay at the Inter Milan star's absence from the tournament. Mr. Jordan, welcome to ZA News.
So blinded by their own power. I mean, who do these managers think they are? God?
Perhaps they do, Mr. Jordan.
Yes, I think they are. They are, aren't they?
You know, I would say with certainty that some coaches and team managers believe they know what is best for the football. Yes. Who think because they have trained and worked with these teams, they can argue who is a better player. Imagine. And this cannot be. It is not in the interest of the beautiful game. It's not. The tournament is now going to suffer. Yes, suffer.
Now, hang on, sir. This is not about one player, surely. There are 32 teams here.
But who wants to see soccer without Ronaldhino? Is bad, very bad. Maybe we call the whole thing off. No, Mr. Blatter, no, please, no. What more do you want? Money? A stadium on the Table Mountain. Small African children smiling. Please, Mr. Blatter, please, just say, what is it? What do you want?
The hunt is on for the country's sexiest bunny. As part of Playboy Club's 50th anniversary celebrations, local lovelies are invited to compete for the opportunity to appear in the legendary men's magazine.
Hello, my name is Tandy. And I would like to be a Playboy bunny more than anything.
Yes, me too, little Tandy. I would like that very much. Nice moves.
Hello, I am Mandy, and I think I was born to be a bunny. I like animals, and my favorite charities are those that look after lost dogs. You know, the cute floppy ears.
Well, Mandy, as the little puppies go, woof, 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 woof. Okay. Oh, who is next? The ANC Youth League's front company, Lempede Investment Holdings, has shut down operations due to mounting debt.
Yo, help a few comrades out here, man. Anything, just a bit of spare change, man.
Excuse me, but you people owe your creditors more than 14 million rands. Where did all this money go?
Yeah, none of your business. Yeah, none of your business.
Evidently. But is it true that some of your creditors are too scared to approach the courts to get their money back because they fear doing so would jeopardize future work with the government?
Okay, look, this ain't better. Are you happy now?
Yo, help a comrade pay his fines here, people. Just a few bucks here and there.
Hey, Tata, do you remember this ballot paper from the 1994 elections?
Look at all these faces here.
And look here at the top, Tata. I mean the soccer party.
I remember all parties wanted to be at the top as well.
It didn't help the soccer party, did it? But you know, I think they'd have enjoyed the World Cup.
Yes, but Desmond, they were not interested in soccer. Really, they wanted to be the party.
And smoke the daga too.
You know, Desmond, I nearly voted for them.
No, Tata, really?
Desmond, you really believe anything.
Oh, Tata, come on. But you know what? A businessman is going to make a fortune from these old ballot papers. I mean, millions of dollars.
What, Desmond?
This man in Arizona, he has about 400,000 papers, which he is going to sell for about 200 rands each.
That is a lot of money, Desmond.
Would you pay that for an old ballot paper, Tata?
No, Desmond.
And why not, Tata?
This ballot paper, Desmond, we shed the blood for this.
Yes, Tata, you are quite right.
And besides, Desmond, without our crosses on it, it is worth nothing. Bloody agent.
World Football Body FIFA is demanding that several of South Africa's beggared hospitals remain half empty during the World Cup in order to cope with any soccer-related emergency.
Yeah, you know, we have to be prepared for any emergency. Any emergency, Tim? Anything. Medical emergencies especially.
What exactly do you need, Mr. Blatter?
More than 200 doctors, about 190 healthcare workers. Paramedics, Tim. Thanks, Danny, thanks. Also about 100 public and private hospitals on standby, and more than 500 ambulances. Ambulances, you know, wee wow, pee wow, you know.
But, Mr. Blatter, the medical facilities here are scarcely able to cope with regular patients. You can't seriously expect regular sick and ill people to be turned away just for football fans.
Yes, we want this. We do? We do. Yeah, we do. And, what about helicopters? Yes, them too.
Meanwhile, the Department of Correctional Services has also ruled that, in accordance with FIFA's wishes, some 300 beds in jails will be available in every host city during the World Cup.
You know, we have to be on guard for the world football hooligans. Hooligans, Tim. Hooligans. You know, bad guys.
South African jails are notoriously overcrowded. Can they take more prisoners?
Yes, they must. Of course, yes, but it is just a precaution.
Yes, have no fear. for the general is here. I will be keeping these hooligans in check with Big Mama here. Bing, bang, boom.
Oh, Gott in Himmel, General!
Where are those hooligans?
Maybe more hospitals? More ambulances?
In addition to the hooligans, it will seem the paparazzi are coming. The only thing bigger than the football will be the footballers' wives and girlfriends, the so-called wags.
I tell you, Tim, my friends and I were like so excited. I mean, we just can't wait.
And what is it that you are waiting for?
Like, hello, Ashley Cole, of course.
Chelsea fans, are we?
Chelsea? Who's Chelsea? And what has she got to do with Ashley anyway?
Chelsea, the football club.
Whatever, Tim. But he's single now and it's like so available.
Got it all worked out, haven't you?
Well, like, duh. I mean, how else is a girl gonna get her picture in the gossip magazine, hey?
Yeah, like hello.
Yeah, Tim, like hello and okay and maybe even like Hit magazine, you know, Hit. I mean, Kanim Bao's always in there, but like what for? I mean, she doesn't even own the Lamborghini and she was kicked out of her place and it's not even her husband. She thinks it's gonna be her husband, but he's married to another one and he like wants to marry all of them, but she's like, no ways. Wow.
Elsewhere, Youth League President Julius Malema was to have received a suspended sentence at his recent disciplinary hearing, provided he agreed to political education in China. But this was rejected as a ploy by ANC Secretary General Gwede Mantashe to marginalize Malema by getting him out of the country.
Yes, Tim, just imagine if this had happened, if this boy had to go all the way to China for his education.
Yes, just imagine.
And cadres must be modest and prudent, and guard against arrogance and impetuosity. They must be imbued with the spirit of self-criticism and have the courage to correct mistakes and shortcomings in their work.
Oh, help us, please.
Dada, I see here the Eastern Cape Youth League Conference has been delayed.
Desmond, their leaders have very expensive watches, and they cannot get the conferences to start at the right time.
Dada, you must be careful, you know, these people are not fond of jokes.
No, it's okay, Desmond. I was once one of them.
But Dada, you know, it seems there is always trouble at these conferences with the youth. I mean, really.
That is what the youth do, Desmond. They make problems.
That they do, Dada, that they do.
You know, they say the youth is wasted on the young.
And that is why everyone in the Youth League is nearly middle-aged.
Oh, I have told you this joke before.
No, Dada, I worked it out myself.
Desmond, you are getting at last the wisdom of the aged.
Dada, you are teasing me again.
But, you know, seriously, Desmond, these conferences, there is always chaos and uncertainty with them, and it is not good.
Yes, or else they are pulling down their pants.
It is an ugly business, all right?
Maybe, Dada, maybe you should sort them out.
What, Desmond? Are you mad?
You were once one of them, weren't you, Dada? You and Walter. You can tell them to behave.
No, Desmond, they would never listen to people like me.
Why not, Dada?
You know the youth, Desmond. They know everything. That is why. And they are too busy shouting to listen.
Eskom has warned South Africans that they could be asked to turn off almost all their power appliances during the World Cup if the country's electricity supply is placed under pressure.
Gott in Himmel! But how can this be? We've got a World Cup to run here, haven't we? I mean, we've sent out all the invitations. What about the television? What about the advertisements? What about the sponsorships? I've asked these sponsors to pay me FIFA millions of dollars. us. Now you say we can't see them because we have no TV?
Actually, Mr. Blatter, sir, ESCOM says that there is very little chance of load shedding.
Praise be, praise be.
And if it gets bad, ESCOM says we can still keep the television and one light on.
See, in Africa, we always have a plan.
That we do.
Huh? What is going on? It's load shedding already.
No, it's not. We are just doing our bit to save power for the World Cup.
Stop that wriggling, you perverted little creature! Are you going through my pockets again?
Every little bit helps. Meanwhile, a possible terror threat to the World Cup has been averted. The Iraqi army has announced the arrest of an army officer who was allegedly plotting attacks on the tournament.
Yes, team. The bigger they come, the harder they fall.
Yes, General, but do we have any details of this alleged Al-Qaeda plot? Who were their targets?
There is only one detail that matters, team. And it is the detail that the criminals must watch out for. Big Mama. Bang, bang, boom.
That's hardly reassuring, General. The tournament starts in 3 weeks and,
There. Is that reassurance or what?
Moving on then. First he was HIV negative. Now President Jacob Zuma is speaking openly about being circumcised.
Yes, Tim. I have been edited.
I beg your pardon, Mr. President.
It is my little joke, Tim. Edited. Do you get it? I have been cut.
I see. Very funny.
Yes. I thought you would like it, Tim. It has a journalist feel, not so?
I'm not feeling anything of the sort, sir.
You two are making a joke, Tim. But there is a serious side to this matter. One that I hope people will take note of.
And what is that, Mr. President? That circumcision reduces the risk of contracting HIV?
Precisely, Tim. And of course, there is the bonus that my machine is now looking much more attractive to the ladies.
I beg your pardon?
No more ant eater from Sholozi. Only the happy helmet.
Watch out, Soweto. The Bulls are coming. The Super 14 semi-final against the Crusaders is sold out. This puts paid to fears that fans would shun the game because it was not at Loftus. Coach? Coach? Coach, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
What is the matter? Surely this is good news. 40,000 supporters at Orlando Stadium?
Yeah, well, you know, I suppose so.
So why the long face?
That bloody Simba Buckies, you know, he got a flippin' 4-week ban for mooring a guy, you know, on the ground with his head, man, you know? I mean, what was the guy's head doing there in the first place? I mean, 4 weeks. Now he's going to be out for the semi-final. He won't be in the final. He won't even be there when the Boca play the what's-its, you know, the Frenchies next month, you know? He's a flippin' bloody cockshame, man.
Oh, dear.
Buckies, you fucking doers. Oh, yeah, some Bradley guy is calling you. Hey, answer your phone, man. Answer your fucking phone. Listen, Bubble, if you don't pick up right now, I'm gonna get Buckies and Victor to hammer you like a bloody boof, okay? Hey, are you listening? Answer your fucking phone.
Tata, what do you make of the suggestion that national service be reintroduced?
You know, Desmond, I think a national service is a good thing.
In what way, Tata?
Well, I think it instills a discipline in the youth.
Tata, you are not thinking of that one particular youth, are you?
Yes, Desmond. Sadly, there is only one youth that dominates our discussions these days.
You are right, Tata. You know, and it is very sad. I mean, it is very sad. My heart is sore.
But if this young man could somehow be disciplined, Desmond, then perhaps it is as they all say, that he may have something to offer, that he may grow into a leader.
Really, Tata?
You know, like Walter and I, we insisted that we all underwent the toughest and most rigorous training.
Dada, perhaps you are making the mistake that many others are making.
And what mistake is that?
Well, that because this particular youth is headstrong and makes his presence felt, that he is another Mandela in the making.
And what do you think, Desmond?
I don't want to appear unchristian, Dada, but I think this one is no Mandela, far from it.
So national service can't help him?
Did it help somebody like Idi Amin?
I see your point, Desmond.
But Dada, think of the peace and quiet if this youth went to the national service.
And out of sight, out of mind.
Amen, Dada, amen to that.
With just 3 weeks to kick off, FIFA is facing growing outrage over what many fans call a ticketing disaster.
Always the negative stuff. What is it now? Why can't you just get on board with the winners, eh? Yes, you tell him, like I say.
Fans are complaining of incorrect seats, inefficient staff, and system problems.
There are no problems. None. Ningún problema, okay? Keine Problem. Nasun problema. Au kunden problem.
Well, Mr. Blatter said one fan queued for 17 hours for tickets to the semi-final in Durban, and instead got sent tickets for a group game between Nigeria and South Korea.
So, what's the problem? That is going to be a good game. Yes, these people, they must come out in support of the African teams. And don't forget South Koreans, little yellow peoples with great ball skills. A great game, a beautiful game.
Stranded Western Cape commuters are being ripped off by taxi operators who have taken advantage of the rail strikes by charging them triple fares.
Tim, this is outrageous.
The bourgeoisie concerned, Madame Premier, shouldn't pretend to be shocked. It will upset the Portuguese.
I beg your pardon? Tim, we have a real problem here, and we need real solutions, not fatuous rubbish from Socialism 101.
What do you propose, Madam Premier?
Well, I'm happy to report that the passenger rail agency upped their pay offer.
Yes, Madam Premier. And then the taxi drivers are going to go on strike because these trains, they will be taking the food out of the mouths of the children of these taxi drivers. They will be starving.
Held hostage by hooligans.
Madam Premier, these taxi drivers, they will stone your house if you call them names. And then they will ban your new passes and shoot the train drivers. Then no one will be going to work.
How dreadful!
Yes, viva the workers! In their glorious struggle, viva!
The national leadership of the ANC Youth League is to take over the running of the Western and Eastern Cape branches.
Yes, Tim. It is because they both failed to hold provincial conferences to elect new leaders.
They seem incapable of holding conferences, Mr. President.
What do you mean, Tim?
What with the bomb threats, the registration problems, the fighting and so on? How do you elect a leadership in that mess?
But they have a leadership, Tim. It is young Julius, and he was appointed in an orderly fashion, just like that.
It seems like a coup d'etat.
You know, Tim, this boy has been learning how things are done in the politics. The media are all saying he's stupid, but he is a very clever young man. He knows what he wants.
Hey, I'm still hungry. Bring more chicken, you bloody agent. Bastard. Bafana continue their build-up to the World Cup with a friendly against Bulgaria at Soccer City in Joburg on Monday evening.
And yes, dear Jesus, gentle Lord, thank you very much for the 4-0 beating of the Thailand peoples last week. That was very nice, Jesus. And is it true that they call it buggery because of the Bulgarians? Because if that is so, then we must play with our backs to the wall.
Why are we doing this? Because here we can. From me and the team is hamburger, hle, goodbye, and futsek.
Hita.